Hello, welcome into this last week of May. This will be a tarot forecast with astrological oracle cards. So we get the vibe of the astrology this week for the 26th through the 1st. So stick with me. I will do a reading for each sign pretty quick. If it doesn't resonate with your sun sign, check out your moon. Mercury is going to be important, and your rising sign. If you need help with that, drop a comment, and I'm happy to help with astrology as well. Numerology, private sessions are available, all that good stuff. Definitely subscribe. That really helps me and helps us connect, especially if you hit the like button. All right, now we're going to go Aries through Pisces, and let's begin. All right, Aries, you have Jupiter and Pluto together, Justice in reverse, the Emperor card, and here the Five of Cups. So first of all, there's a lot of shadow work, so to speak, like those secrets you keep deep within yourself that you really don't want to talk about, things that have broken your heart in the past. I see that you rise above it. You're a natural born leader. You really are. You possess a brilliant mind. You're logical and spiritual at the same time. You lead, you can be controlling, you also can be controlled. And I think in that regard, you're having some blocks, some loss, some grief about things that happened in the past. And I want you to look upon yourself with more love and faith that things are going to work out. You feel stuck and lost in the past, like, oh, this is going to keep repeating itself. I know it, I know it, I know it. This is Jupiter can expand that feeling, and Pluto, that's like doing that deep dive when you're feeling sad. Sorry, I'm trying to move a cord. So, don't let that explode into feeling really stuck and sad. Stay in control, stay logical, keep the faith at the same time. You can have one foot rooted in the world of logic and one in the world of intuition, faith, trusting your higher self, not the lower sad self, okay? That's very important. And look here with Jupiter being something that can bring goodness to your life. So let's get out of the past and just keep moving forward and know that everything's going to be okay. Don't do that deep dive for the week. We have Mercury and Gemini today as I'm doing this reading. We have the new moon in Gemini tomorrow. So you may get caught up in your mind and your thoughts and overthinking, but at the same time, this is a new moon, new beginnings. Let go of the past, things that just are like, oh, am I repeating those cycles? Understand that you might work with those deep, low energy vibes and communicate about them. Trust this knowing deep in your spine and bring a lot of growth and expansion to your life. All right, Aries, thank you so much. I love you. Now we're on to Taurus. Taurus, you have Saturn and Mars together. Saturn is in Aries, very interesting. You're probably feeling this. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Pentacles, and then the Five of Wands in reverse. So first of all, this combination, Saturn and Mars, is reminding you to set clear boundaries and keep them, especially with people that are draining your energy, that you know, they're too much. Like, this is not right for you. Keep those boundaries, but do it in a very graceful, humble, beautiful way. I want to tell you that you probably have felt stuck in a lot of ways in Taurus, earth energy. It's here. Lacking some inspiration, that kind of feeling. But then in comes either someone younger or someone with messages, just a lot of like, hey, you're okay. I got you. Let me extend this olive branch out and help you right here not fight, not get in conflict, but start focusing on your goals. And that's what this is about as well, Taurus. Like, set your boundaries and maintain your dedication, your responsibility, your maturity, but keep moving forward. Look for the passion in the things that you do for work, abundance, that kind of thing, your ability to stay grounded and manifest the things you want. And do it step by step, these goals. And then each goal you meet, you're like, woo, on to the next. Don't look back much, because that'll leave you sometimes procrastinating, like, okay, I made that goal, let me take a break. No, right? You got to keep going. You got to keep the dedication. The consistency will be important. And also that you really need to be an active listener in these roles that you're playing, so that you do continue to stay away from chaos and conflict, listening instead of arguing, and listening in a way that you listen to your higher self and what you want for abundance, and just keep that forward momentum towards those goals. And I love that. I like that a lot. All right, so let me know how you're doing with that, Taurus. And again, there is a lot of earth and fire here. So stay grounded, but keep moving. Don't feel stuck. All right. Thank you. Now we're going to go to Gemini. Gemini, you have the Sun, Pluto. Interesting combination. Six of Pentacles in reverse, King of Swords. So we have earth energy here, air, probably Aquarius, but strong Gemini energy there as well, and Ace of Pentacles. So let's talk about this energy right here. You have reached the end of a cycle. Release that part that doesn't serve you anymore. All the lessons you've learned, take the wisdom, leave the crap. Okay, Gemini? And you're going to know, because Mercury just went into your sign. So you're going to get big downloads, King of Swords, of thoughts. Now, don't start overthinking everything. That's something to be careful of. But I do see a lot of strength and really focusing deep on what your inner light needs to shine. This is releasing the stuff that's just dragging you down, the secrets you keep, the bad habits, all of it. You're going to understand what you need to let go, because it's kept you out of balance when you really are very smart, intellectual, intuitive, creative. There's that duality within you. That's important to keep balanced. You're just a complicated, beautiful soul that can be really sometimes troubled, struggling with self-esteem. So this is where you've got to let your inner light shine. And it's not for long, though, that you might get stuck, because you know intellectually and intuitively how to recreate yourself, how to restart new projects in your life. I think you're very entrepreneurial, and you can have these new beginnings. This is the end, and here we go. And you're in charge. Just control your thoughts and your emotions. Stay balanced. And a lot of this has to do with the knowingness in your gut, and really letting that darker energy in there clear out in any way you know possible, through prayer, through Epsom salt baths, through exercise, meditation, religion, whatever helps you clear your soul, and then shine that inner light and go for what you want in terms of abundance, because you are starting a new cycle, Gemini. And the 26th, whenever you see this though, new moon in Gemini, new beginnings. What do you really want? You go after it. Clear out the old stuff, let the new come in. Wonderful energy. And lastly, just remember to don't be too much of a perfectionist, okay, Gemini? That's the last thing I got to download up. I had to figure out what it meant. Okay, let's go to Cancer now. All right, Cancer, and all of you who may check this out, I want you to know I clear the energy between each reading, and I use that smudge spray. That one's by Soul Sticks, and I really like it. White sage leaves and essential oils. All right, so Cancer, Mars and Jupiter, Three of Cups, Four of Wands, Knight of Swords. Let's get into this. This is good energy and really relates to astrology going on. With Mars and Jupiter, really at play. So we've got that cardinal energy with Mars. Jupiter is going into Cancer June 9th. So this is coming up. Good stuff. And it reflects here in the cards White Sage Tarot. When you see Mars and Jupiter together, remember, Cancerians, this is using your power, your knowledge, your intentions, your goals for the good, and that you can make the world a better place. And I love that. And the world could be your home, your work, just everything you do in your life. And this is about communicating all the things you want, good cooperation coming in, support, good times, celebrations, and we can double that down with the Four of Wands. This is stuff that you know intuitively, you feel it, you want to talk about it, you want to celebrate, you want it to grow. Jupiter's about expansion, Mars is action. Now, we're not fighting in this at all. We know the truth with Mercury and Gemini, that air energy right there. You're just leading. And with this night, you're like, let's go. I'm celebrating my small victories, my goals. I love this support I'm getting, the cooperation I'm getting. Even from my spirit guides, I'm seeing repeating numbers all the time. 11, 11, 11, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? Go. But understand that the downloads that you're getting and the things you want to do, you're excited about it, and this is growing everything that you've been hoping for. So do take action with that. Don't dilly-dally, but do take time to pat yourself on the back and know that you did everything you could. This was just a phase, and now you're ready to celebrate the parts that were good. Take those lessons, these truths that you know, and now apply them to this new moon in Gemini beginning. What did I learn, and what action do I take now to continue to reach these goals? And a lot of you, this can be about balancing your emotions too, and just being grounded enough and in control of your emotions and thoughts enough to take time out, first of all, to celebrate, and then start moving towards expanding those goals, the work, the ideas, the relationships, the support you need. If you feel alone, don't be afraid to ask for help and support. And that alone will bring you so much faith, trust, and love that you'll be celebrating and seeing those repeating numbers all the time. All right. I do hope that helps, Cancerians. Now we're on to Leo. All right, Leo, you have Luna, the moon, and Neptune, the Empress in reverse, the Hangman, and the Eight of Wands. So you have more major energy so far with these two major arcana cards. So what's going on? There's a lot of emotion for you, Leo, being a fire sign. What's going on? What has you in just feeling a little overwhelmed, underwater? So when you have this combination, you really may be very not only sensitive, but psychically sensitive. So pay attention to that. We do have a new moon in Gemini starting Monday, the 26th, likely when you see this video. Trust your intuition. Follow it. Because right now, Empress energy, strong Virgo. Okay, Leo, but the key here is you're not feeling in control of your emotions, love, work. You're not feeling like the beautiful leader that you are. And here we have the Hangman, 12, another 3. 3 can be so much about expansion, but you're like, I don't know. I'm not trusting it. Whatever happened recently flipped you upside down, Leo, and got you all up in your emotions. And you're like, hold on. I need a timeout. I need some me time because I need to clear this energy. Some of you are reminiscing a lot. That full moon was difficult and maybe it's sticking with you. So shake it off, Leo. 8 of Wands here, down in the base of your spine. You're like, ooh, I know. I got to shake this off. Bring back some excitement, some passion, and trusting that you can come out of this cocoon and fly again. And 8 of Wands is all about that forward movement again, getting your balance back, getting your mojo back. So look at this new moon in Gemini as a way to clear some of these emotions, clear your thoughts, have your me time, but then go back to business and bring passion and love and nurturing to yourself, plus to your relationships, whether friendships, work, love, whatever lights you up, so that you can move out of some of this deep water emotional situation you may be feeling. And with that 8 of Wands, also, I want you to remember to accept the change. Maybe you need a change, and this is what you were thinking about. And some of you just might need to take a little trip to clear your mind and get out of this. And also prepare for change if you're not already feeling it. All right. Thank you, Leo. Now we're on to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. All right, for you, we have Saturn and Venus, almost like mom and dad. And the two of them are about time and how we think we look as we go through the cycles of our ages. Then you have the Hierophant in reverse, 7 of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. So I want to ask you guys, Virgo, Taurus energy there. Then we've got so a little bit of earth, a lot of air. Venus, Virgo energy too. I must say, this is kind of grounding and this is a little fiery, right? So I have a question, Virgo, which I don't normally ask you guys. Who's playing mind games with you? Who has really maybe controlled you? Or you're feeling like you need to take control and that you need to really change things up, break some rules, be a rule breaker, perhaps. And that, I mean, if you're the one playing mind games, I think that the mom and dad are here to say, like, okay, let's clear these thoughts. You need more clarity of mind. You need to bring some energy back into your life. I think it would be important to understand that you need more balance, that you need to be more gentle with yourself and the people around you. And if you're being controlled, the key here is to unlock the cage of that. And the Seven of Swords indicates like what goes around comes around. So I want you to clearly be mindful of that. If you need to apologize because of being controlling, or you feel like you might have messed up some sort of soul connection, soul path, understand these things happen for a reason. And if it's doing a number on your confidence, which could happen about how you look, how you love, how you feel, how your money is maybe in question by others, and then that causes you to feel in question too. So the Knight of Wands is here to remind you that you are still in control. Do a little heart searching for what you really want and keep going towards that. Keep all the things that you hold close and dear to your heart. Keep those things. Don't let anybody take that away from you. And also with the Knight of Wands, I want you to keep reaching for the goals. You're almost to the head of the class, so to speak, top of the ladder, Virgo, and there's really positive vibes coming in. And many of you do want a break. You want to take a trip. I feel that vibe coming on really strong. And this is very important for you, as this week too, Saturn is moving into Aries, or it just did. Mercury is in Gemini and a new moon in Gemini. So take that energy, look for a lot of clarity around who is playing mind games, if it's you or the other person, and let's move on from that. Keep boundaries, keep disciplined, keep loving and nurturing yourself in a very gentle way. You have a deep soul connection in this world. Don't forget that. Okay, guys, I want to remind you too, hey, Libra, I use this smudge spray by Soul Sticks. I don't sell it. I'm just telling you to clear the energy so you guys understand. This is fresh and new energy. So Libra, you have Pluto and Venus together. This is about not holding on to things that aren't making you happy. And with that in mind, you have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So your emotions have been messed with. There's some endings. You have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, where you just need a time out. This can be about soul connections. And you have the Knight of Wands, where you're like, all right, I gotta bring some passion back to this situation. So Libras, many of you may be feeling this in your relationships, or it just in your emotions. You're questioning what you should be doing. And I think holding on to things and fear of loss and emptiness may hold you back. And you really need to make room for new things that make you happy. And don't forget, as I've been mentioning throughout this video, Mercury in Gemini is going to give you some downloads to help clear some of these emotions and bring balance back for you, Libra. And then we've got this new moon in Gemini also, where you're like, okay, now I do see the possibilities, the new beginnings. I find a sense of direction too. Now, the Ten of Cups in reverse isn't a bad thing. Things have changed, but you're striving for more. And notice that you just need to be grateful in this moment that you have everything. Don't do this deep dive into, I need more and more and more and more. What am I going to do? I got to give more love. I've got to give more money. I've got to bring that to yourself so you can turn this around and welcome in a lot of infinite new possibilities, Libra. And when you look at, this is a lot of water energy, particularly Pisces, here Earth, and here fire. Let's put it all together and be grounded and create that steam that motivates you and fuels you forward. But first, you're going to have to take care of yourself and maintain some boundaries. And this is taking the wisdom from things that may have ended and moving forward with like a little bit of armor, but not too much, being heart-centered, communicating about what you need. And then this is right here. This is the power of letting go. Being gentle with yourself, that's the key. And this gives you the power to let all this go so that you can move forward. You can take those trips you want. You can bring in the fire, the passion, the goals. You can do the thing, Libra, you can. And I think now you see that after you've let go of this stuff. Now you see the direction. You see the wisdom here, and you're ready to go in a very calm, peaceful, graceful manner. So much like a Libra, you're bringing balance back to yourself and radical accountability and personal power. You go. I love it. All right, on now to Scorpio. Scorpio, for you, we have Sun and Mercury together, which I think you're going to feel strongly as we have Gemini in, oh my gosh, Mercury in Gemini and this new moon in Gemini. It's really bringing a lot of good ideas to you, things you want to you. Then, oddly enough, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Sag energy, the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. Fire, Earth, Fire, Eight of Wands in reverse. So just understand these two, getting a lot of downloads and ideas, all of that. But there's a sense of urgency you're feeling about your soul calling, and you're trying to figure that out, really like, oh my God, trying to figure it out. When there's just slow down, understand there's subtle changes coming in that you need to listen to, and small changes, okay? Even though these are major arcana cards, you're going to feel a slight shift and it feels awkward and you need to ask for help. Some of these changes that you're looking for and feeling urgent about may be a little bit delayed, which is going to throw your schedule off. And just know that no matter which way you see the Wheel of Fortune, things are changing. Calm down the sense of urgency, let things flow a little bit. Now, what's good about this Devil energy in reverse is that you've really let go of any ideas that are holding you back. It's like breaking free. There may be some delays in that, but that's the energy you're going for. Just don't be so urgent about it, okay? And it is taking back your personal power, which is wonderful. And you can see it with that sun there. Now, the Eight of Wands is where you still are feeling the delays in your plans, in your trips, in your goals. You're like, oh my God, there's all this stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. There's all this stuff I want to do, but there's these little monkey wrenches getting thrown at me. And just understand there's a little bit of a waiting game going on here. So I would just make plans for the things you want, go with the flow, but definitely retain your personal power, radical accountability for what you want, what you think, and what you're going to do, and don't let it hold you back too long. There really isn't anything you can't do. So don't let this situation bring you down. Make the best of it, because change is here and inevitable, and it really brings you so much personal power and confidence and strength. I love that. All right, Scorpio. Woo, new moon coming. Seize the moment. Now we are on to Sag. Hi, Sag. Okay, you have Pluto and Mars together, Eight of Wands in reverse. We're getting a lot of that. Six of Pentacles and the Strength card in reverse. So, Sag, there is some anger and fear going on here that you need to let go of. It's really zapping your energy and causing a lot of delays. Let it go. There's no sense in trying to carry out this sense of wrath and like, I have to get my point across. Just let it go. And when you do this, you will bring back balance in your life, and you're going to feel it in your tummy. You're like, oh, I know what she's talking about. I need that balance, because it's got you feeling low in confidence, low in strength, in your personal power, and not trusting that there are infinite possibilities. Leo energy strong here, but there's a lot of fire in your reading, but it need to balance that all out, because there's a bit of anger going on. And Sag, that really is rooted in fear. I love the term false evidence appearing real. So that can make you do a deep dive into, did they say that? Why'd they say that? And wanting to react. So almost in a sense, this card is here to go, whoa, hold on. Don't do that. Let's bring balance and some personal power and radical accountability to the situation. And do express yourself. You can see that. You need to express yourself and trust what you're feeling in your gut, but don't let it overwhelm you in fear and anger. Take that energy, that vibration, and let it move you forward, Sag. Let it move you forward to continue with your travel plans, with your goals, or just taking some time to find that grounding, balance, energy, and how you best restore your personal power. Don't take it out on other people or let them do it to you. That's very important. And yeah, I think you can do that. I know you can do that. All right, Sag, now we're going to go on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, for the astrology, you have Neptune and Pluto together. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy right there, and the Knight of Pentacles. So first, Mercury and Pluto together are about letting yourself grieve for others who are suffering. This may be going in your life. You may have a friend who lost a loved one. This could be going on in your family. For me, example, friends that have passed recently, worry about people that are going to pass that I know in my life are not doing well. And so we have to understand, Capricorn, and hold on to these cycles of death and life and rebirth and getting through grief. And I love the fact that the Four of Pentacles is here, because that really is like, listen, don't be greedy or materialistic in this situation, or you might be hearing stories about that as people lose souls, family fight. You can't take it with you is definitely the theme of that card. Okay, you just can't take it with you. So don't fight about money. Don't feel greedy or materialistic. And if that vibe is around you, you don't like it. Set yourself free from that, Capricorn. You're done with those kinds of feelings. And I know that in your mind, body, and heart and soul, there's new opportunity coming in for money. So don't overthink any of that. And there's new opportunities, period, coming in, Capricorn. And remember, we've got the new moon in Gemini kicking off the week. So let the newness in and feel good about it. And understand, definitely, when you see this in reverse, which we're getting a few times in this reading, it is about breaking free and reclaiming your personal power. There's radical accountability needed here and controlling your emotions, not getting super sad or grieving. We can understand the suffering, the loss, the cycles in this world and life, but we're breaking free and taking care of ourselves and moving forward in a very loyal, trusting, faithful, heart-grounded way. And for you, Capricorn, there is just so much earth energy here, and you are in the reading. So I want to say I love you, and I'm sorry for the losses that you may be feeling, but all of it is setting you free. So do look for some of the joy and gratitude in the moment, and don't hold on to grief for too long. I understand the pain, but healing is a journey. So you can start on that path now with this beautiful elephant energy. All right, Capricorn, thank you. Now we're moving on to, what am I moving on to? Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome in. You have Jupiter and Neptune together with the astrological oracle cards. You guys, I want to remind you, I clear with smudge spray for these today. And you have the Devil in reverse, which keeps coming out. I'm so happy for everybody. It's about this personal power we need, radical responsibility, and breaking free from just all that crap that doesn't serve us. You have the Queen of Swords, that air energy. Love it, Aquarius. Calling a spade, seeing the truth, telling the truth, knowing it when you see it. And High Priestess, Cancerian, all water energy. There's a lot of water here, Aquarius. But what I want you to know with Jupiter and Neptune together, there are deep undercurrents of personal spiritual power. Do you see that? Deep undercurrents of spiritual power are at your disposal. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust that you have this power within you to break free of situations that you don't like. You see the truth now? And it's really all about taking your power back, expressing yourself and what you need. Jupiter's going to help you expand this spiritual power and intuition you have. Some of you are going to go down a spiritual awakening you've never experienced before, and it's going to really help you grow and be more goal-oriented and really trusting all the things that your intuition, your knowingness, your gut is telling you. You really have a lot of clarity and divine strength, and you can see that, and independence, that that vibe you get from a cat kind of energy. And I think too, there's just radical truth coming up for you that will give you a new perspective on how you view things. Um, this perspective will be this inner knowing, like you'll know with your eyes closed what is going on. That is how much clarity you're going to have, Aquarius, and how much truth you see in a situation, and your personal power, what you will put up with and what you won't. And again, it is very much either not only a spiritual awakening, but if you're already there, and it's an expansion of the abilities you have and working with them and nurturing them and growing them. And that is your intuition, your psychic abilities, your mysticism, and most of all, your strength, your personal power and strength. So that is diggy bomb cool reading, Aquarius. Now on to Pisces. Hey, Pisces, welcome in. So for you, and don't forget, I use this smudge spray to clear. I love it, you guys. All right. We have Uranus and Pluto together. There's some unexpected stuff, Pisces, that has you like, ooh, I got to recreate myself. Ace of Wands in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and Seven of Wands in reverse. Whatever this unexpected stuff flipped you on your head, Pisces, and it zapped your energy. It has zapped your energy. Now, when you see Pluto and Uranus together, I want you to know that this is where you create a new you, and you have to just re-envision your life purpose. And you're there. You're ready for this new path, but you're not wanting it for some reason. You're just like, nope, I'm not having any part of this. Pisces, what's the matter? You have the Fool here, air energy, fire, air, fire. We're missing a lot of your water and your spiritual intuition, faith, and trust. I need you to bring that back so that you can understand this transformation you're going through it's like your birthright. Don't fight the change. Let go with the flow. That's the water that's missing. You've got to go with the flow. So let's flip this around. This is bringing in new opportunities, trusting your intuition. All right. A lot of Aries energy there. Let's get your energy back. Reinvigorate that childhood-like energy. Forgive your inner child. Take the wisdoms from everything. I know there are some dark, deep feelings in there. Unexpected things that happen to you, Pisces. But be kind to that inner child and let that child out to play and tell that child it's all right to accept this change and the new beginnings. The Seven of Wands is where you're just feeling exhausted, lacking focus, and you're just confused about your path. And don't let your insecurities take over, okay? This is a really good reading. You just have to bring back that energy of going with the flow of this change and transformation, and you'll be fine. Trust yourself in your gut, in your third eye, and in your tummy, that this new beginning is here for you. And the key here is really regaining your inner strength, your inner passion, and your trust in yourself that you're going to make it through this transition, transformation, and change. And that you can accept these new beginnings. So keep the faith, Pisces. Keep the faith. All right. I love you. Thank you for being here. I wish you so much peace.